Hey, what's going on everyone? Today we're going to be looking at virtualizing Windows 10 on ARM on the new M1 Macs. So we're going to be using a launcher called ACVM. ACVM is a simple launcher for running ARM64 virtual machines using QEMU on Apple Silicon. Now with this particular version of QEMU, it uses the built-in macOS hypervisor known as Virtualization.framework. Let's begin. So we now have the startup screen and we got the Windows Boot Manager. So we'll just press enter. We have the Tiano Core logo and the animation on the bottom. So we're at the login screen now, which should take us right to the desktop. Now as you can see, this is a insider preview build of Windows 10 on ARM, and it also says test mode, build 20231. So right now we've had multiple applications such as the updated Microsoft Edge, and several x86 applications such as DOSBox, Geekbench, WinRAR, and Solitaire. Now the thing with the x86 applications is they are actually emulated. It's different compared to the macOS Rosetta 2 translations. So we're going to start with Microsoft Edge and test out the internet browsing. So we're going to type in an article about Windows on ARM. Now we're going to click on this main article over here, and we're going to do a bit of scrolling. Now as you can see, even without graphics acceleration, it is almost flawless. Now we're going to be running some tests using Geekbench 5. So it is in trial mode, so we'll just press later, and we are going to be running a CPU benchmark with 1 GHz base frequency and 4 gigs of RAM. Let's begin. So here are the final results of my Geekbench test. So the single core score is 1515 and the multi-core score is 4998 for the virtual machine. And here is the comparison to the Surface Pro 10. If we just look at single core score and multi-core score alone. So the Surface Pro 10 single core score is 793, while the multi-core score is 3113. So I would say that the M1 is pretty impressive, even for a virtualized device. The next thing we're going to be taking a look at is x86 games such as the Windows 7 classic games that they had. So what we're going to do is we are going to be getting those games from the file manager, program files, Microsoft Games, and we're going to open up chess for starters. And we're going to be playing on a beginner scale. So the graphics can be a bit snappy, as you can see. Perhaps we can make it full screen to an extent. So overall, I think the graphics is a bit laggy for this, but I'd say it's almost okay. So that's enough of chess. Next, Solitaire. Wow, that's actually pretty fast. So if we try to do a bit of playing around for this. We got the ace. We're gonna put the 9. And if we like move the card around, it's actually pretty smooth. And we can see more of that smoothness if we open up Spider Solitaire. And we're going to set difficulty to immediate. Not that it would matter in this case. So just like Solitaire, it's pretty smooth. Now let's try out Minesweeper. So it's also, this too is also relatively smooth. Now let's hit a mine. It doesn't have full graphics, as you can see, because like I said, this OS doesn't have any graphics drivers except for the basic ones. So last but not least, we're going to be emulating DOSBox. So let's open it up. And as you can see, it's simple, it works. Now what I'm going to be doing in a future video is getting DOSBox to run Windows 95. Then we can see how far the limits of emulation can truly be on this virtualized version of Windows 10. So this was a demonstration on what you could really do with a virtualized ARM version of Windows 10 on the M1 Apple Mac. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Thank you all for watching and see you all in my next video.